We are down on the bayou as you get a look inside the Superdome here in New Orleans. Tonight, it's a good Week 9 matchup here on a Monday night between the Baltimore Ravens and the New Orleans Saints. The Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. First 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9?
Pulls it in at the 13.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good. Get it up past the 30. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. 2nd down.
I think we got to give it up for him right there. That's a heck of an athletic move for a big man right in the middle of the line. How about the play he makes there? Nowhere to run, and he finishes that one off for a loss.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now Winston. It's complete right side to Benjamin. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 5.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Jameis to throw it. No hesitation. He goes right back to Benjamin. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. That's going to bring up 4th down. Only a gain of 2 there. Blake Gillikin on to punt here as he'll send this one away. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Here's Jackson to return. A nice run back there off the good punt. It's a 16-yard return. And the Ravens, they'll take over.
At their own 19-yard line.
The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And he'll power his way up near the 25. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. This defense for the Saints, they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
And the way they did it was by getting after the quarterback. Sacked him 7 times in that game. Came from all angles, created a lot of illusions, and especially just beat them man for man. That's the kind of defense that really frustrates an opponent.
He's going to air one out. He's got him in. Complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run in the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
And the top speed he attained there, according to Next Gen Stats, 21.3 miles per hour. 13 yards remaining on 2nd down. A give up the middle to Dobbins. And he's able to get this inside the 10 down to the 9. 8 yards on the run, and that cuts us down to a 3rd and about 5.
You've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
From the shotgun, it's Mills. This is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
From the 2, here's 1st and goal. To throw, Mills. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. One of the tight ends comes in motion. On 2nd and goal, Mills finds his man over the middle. It's Likely. Touchdown! Isaiah Likely with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Ravens put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
Justin Tucker, the kickoff for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Pulls it in at the 13. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
3-5 is where they sit on the year. A very uneven start is certainly not an ideal position to be in at the halfway point of the season. CD, do you see an avenue where they can still be a playoff team, or is that ship sailed?
Well, since you took me to the nautical side, I'm going to try and keep up here because to me, this ship is about ready to pull out and board. These next couple of games are absolute must-wins for them. Now, if they can win a couple, get to 5-5, maybe they start believing in themselves. But a loss here, that would move them to 3-6. And if that's the case, well, that boat is going to head out to the harbor with them still on the dock.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. To throw is Winston. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Tyus Bowser coming in for that outside linebacker spot, and he buries him for a loss of 7. A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the first quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here because it's a different team they're facing, but they watch the film as well. So they'll take many of those same principles and try and apply them in this game to see if they fixed what was wrong with them in the last game.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Oh, the slant complete to Michael Thomas.
And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. A well-hit ball there. 50 yards on the punt, 3 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Sitting in first place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard.
They'll go again with Dobbins.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
A 4-yard pickup on the play. 1st down, Baltimore.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Ravens 7, Saints 0.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
And they'll try to run the option here. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49.
So not his arm, but hurting him with his legs. A gain of 19 on the keeper and a first down.
Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. So as they take it over, we step aside. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Play fake, Mills. Pass on the crossing route is complete. This is Andrews. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins.
Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped him, bringing up 4th down.
Mills to throw for it on 4th. On target to his man, Likely.
And in for the Ravens touchdown.
Isaiah Likely
with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game.
And the Ravens' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Pulls it in at the 13. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
From the 38, Winston.
He'll get this to his running back, Benjamin.
And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you're doing like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Ready.
On first 1st and 10. Winston completes it to Benjamin.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they're not panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball. And what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Winston. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. The Saints at 3-5, 2 games under 500. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Jameis now on 1st down. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey.
And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football.
Before we came up to the booth, the last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here. A chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime.
They'll run with Dobbins.
And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins.
And he's going to pull his way down to about the 1-yard line.
51 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. From the gun, here's Mills.
Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. Tucker's kick is good.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. And from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Second half starts with a run by Dobbins. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. It was P.J. Williams that time on the tackle. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
Looking to throw on second down. Mills. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bottling him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a fourth down. Well done.
The Ravens send their punter out now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Landry now on the return. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They'll try to get the offense going with Kamara. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10. Here's Winston. And going deep for Hill. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
On third down, Winston. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up fourth.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the third quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing.
And how about this, a fake? And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. I know, without even asking, without even looking in your direction, that you are not a fan of that call.
Oh, I wish you had looked, Brandon, because I was actually thinking this would be the perfect time for a fake.
Right. Right.
Yeah, you're right. This doesn't make any sense to me at all. This deep in your own territory, look, I'm all for being unconventional. That part's cool, and I get it. But this deep, I just don't think it was the right time to make that call.
A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
first play of the drive. Let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. Option play, and they'll hand to Dobbins. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a third and very short.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
On third down, here's Dobbins. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
He was brought down by Marcus May. A gain of a yard. And the Ravens first down.
In motion goes the tight end. A first down throw for Mills. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Second and 10 coming up. Dobbins running out of the gun. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
On third down, here's Mills. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Curtis Samuel, his second touchdown on the season, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the third quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it. Pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead is now 24.
Saints nothing. Justin Tucker.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Pulls it in at the 13. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
First down 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Glad to be in the great city of New Orleans, rolling along here in the third quarter, second and 10. Oh, he'll look downfield for Kamara. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the third quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
Finding Taysom Hill complete. And he is stopped just short on third down. Got 9 yards, but needed 10. Fourth down, Winston. He'll rifle this one deep right side. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, New Orleans. A gutsy call, 4th and short. They go for it. Look at the result.
Yeah, not only did they go for it, they threw for it, because to me it was stacked up for a run situation, strength on strength, and they decided to put the ball in the air, and what a result. Big-time play.
Dennis Allen going to go for 2 here. He's leaving his offense out on the field.
Winston to throw for it. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
And this is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. They go play action. Mills. That's complete to the fullback, Ricard.
Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Now that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
They'll run up the gut with Dobbins.
And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Now that's a mound of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this 3rd quarter. New Orleans adding some depth to the secondary. They've got 6 DBs out there now for 3rd.
Mills now.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback when there's extra defenders on the field. Dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit in the football.
The Ravens send their punter out now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. Yeah, this is away, and I don't think Landry will get a chance to return here. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
A 1st down throw for Winston. Again, he's got that man Landry.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Winston to give. It's Kamara. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle. And oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop. Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Looking for Benjamin, but it's intercepted. Kyle Hamilton picks it. He's at the 40. Past the 20. And he will bring this back. It's a pick six and a Raven touchdown. But just add that to the list of great moments for this defense today. They've really shredded that game plan on the other side all 4 quarters. And, Charles, that pick six, that's kind of the cherry on top.
Yeah, they did it, and I feel like I'm quoting a bad movie line, but they did it together, didn't they? Fed off of each other. Every big play they made, every tackle, every pick, everything they've done. They continually built energy in this one, and how about them culminating with a pick six?
Jarvis Landry, the 30, 10, 5, touchdown, New Orleans. 87 yards, the official distance on the kickoff return. And the Saints are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Such an electric play, so much fun to watch, and you need all 11 guys in sync for that to be successful, don't you?
Without a doubt. That's teamwork to be able to put it all together. But that play is really probably the most exciting 10 seconds in football.
They'll look to throw. That's caught, and he's going to get into the end zone for 2, and they're back within 2 scores, down 15 now. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Turnover that just got him the football back, obviously a big one, because had they been able to score on the other side, this would have been a one-possession game.
So you don't sense full relief here, then?
No, I don't. Especially with the ball this deep in their own territory, because you make a mistake, they've got it right back in prime position.
They certainly do. So now, almost like a 4-minute offense, right? Take care of this bad boy. Make sure the other team doesn't touch it, but move it with consistent gains. Wear down the clock and make them use their timeouts in this situation. Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. Well, that's a perfect example of how he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's game. He is just all around the football right now, isn't he?
That he is, and it's funny because I talked with the coaching staff about drills that they do in practice, and one of them is called matching hands. And as soon as that hand is launched by the quarterback, you throw up the opposite hand and match that hand with the cue.
Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. There he goes, left side. And he'll take it into the end zone for Ravens touchdown. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Tucker now to add the point after. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Ravens 38, Saints 16.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Pulls it in at the 13. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side of this one.
Michael Pierce, in all of his 340-pound glory, gets the sack. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the first down sack. Winston,
a quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, a pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. To throw, Winston. And that will be incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Desperation time. Winston on 4th down. He'll rifle this one deep right side.
And he is going to have the Saints first down. And they convert in style right there. A big play on 4th and long.
Jameis again. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
To throw again on 2nd down. Winston. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line.
Dafe Owe showing off the pass rush skills.
I remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game. And that was the big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
If you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, giving him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first? A shotgun snap, and again for Dobbins to the 27-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
Now Mills. It's Dobbins on the out route, bringing it in.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The Raven passing game getting in sync, another first down. Well, I'm sure he likes his performance a little bit better than last week. He had the 3 interceptions here, none in the fourth quarter, and he's got his guys in front.
Guaranteed he put in a tremendous amount of work this week, but maybe the matchup is just better for him. Sometimes it just doesn't work out. It's almost like those golfers. Certain courses fit their eye, and they like what they see. In other courses, as soon as they tee it up, they know they have no shot. Maybe that's the difference for him. Last week, no. This week, a big yes.
That one looks like he'll throw here.
That'll be complete to Dobbins. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. What a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Mills to the air again.
Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess? He didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up. But he certainly will have some explaining to do.
And able to get this out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
And Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Darnell Savage.
And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football.
That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye.
And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Without much defensive resistance on that drive, and really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Taken from about the 12. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
First down 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
Facing a big fourth quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, their defense is really strong.